make goals, but then you procrastinate. You write a to-do list, but then you don't follow through. And this happens again and again and again. Seriously, what's the problem? Why are we so good at thinking of what to do, but so terrible at actually doing those things? And we can't fight our feelings. Research shows this just makes them stronger. Here are some tips how to motivate yourself. Before the start of the video, make sure to leave a like, and if you want to see more content, subscribe to Wise Thinker channel. Let's get started. Steve Jobs says in his speech, "Today, I want to tell you 3 stories from my life. That's it. No big deal, just 3 stories. Number 1, connecting the dots. I had no idea what I wanted to do with my life, and no idea how college was going to help me figure it out. So, I decided to drop out and trust that it would all work out okay. It was pretty scary at the time, but looking back, it was one of the best decisions I ever made. Much of what I stumbled into by following my curiosity and intuition turned out to be priceless later on. Because I had dropped out and didn't have to take the normal classes, I decided to take a calligraphy class. I learned about serif and sans serif typefaces, about varying the amount of space between different letter combinations, about what makes great typography great. None of this had even a hope of any practical application in my life. But 10 years later, when we were designing the first Macintosh computer, it all came back to me, and we designed it all into the Mac. It was the first computer with beautiful typography. Number 2, story about love. I was lucky. I found what I loved to do early in life. We worked hard, and in 10 years, Apple had grown from just the 2 of us in a garage into a $2 billion company with over 4,000 employees. Success. I had just turned 30, and then I got fired. How can you get fired from a company you started? What had been the focus of my entire adult life was gone, and it was devastating. I really didn't know what to do for a few months. I felt that I had let the previous generation of entrepreneurs down. I was a very public failure. But something slowly began to dawn on me. I still love what I did. I had been rejected, but I was still in love. And so I decided to start over. Number 3, story about death. For the past 33 years, I have looked in the mirror every morning and asked myself, if today were the last day of my life, would I want to do what I'm about to do today? And whenever the answer has been no for too many days in a row, I know I need to change something. Remembering that I'll be dead soon is the most important tool I've ever encountered to help me make the big choices in life. Taking charge of your goals and achievements. Many of us find ourselves in motivational slumps that we have to work to get out of. Sometimes it's like a continuous cycle where we are motivated for a period of time, fall out, and then have to build things back up again. Read and try to take in everything you can. The more you learn, the more confident you become in starting projects. Self-motivation. To be successful, you have to use each day as an opportunity to improve, to be better, to get a little bit closer to your goals. It might sound like a lot of work, and with a busy schedule, next to impossible. But the best part is, the more you accomplish, the more you'll want to do. The higher you'll want to reach. So, as long as you have the hunger for success, you will always have the power within you to achieve it. Celebrate your small wins. When you think of your big goal, sometimes you start feeling overwhelmed. Why? Because big goals don't get achieved right away. Instead, you need to create mini goals to help excite you along the way. This way, you can be more goal-oriented and build a habit of being more effective. Celebrating your small wins will help you stay motivated through your journey. Plus, celebrating is always super fun. Maybe you break your goal down to 10 small-sized goals with tasks that get you on track to achieve them. Fear. When you step into your stage fright, you learn quickly that it's a phantom, a fog like most of our fears. When you step into that fog, you soon realize that it is a figment of your imagination and that your effort to cut through it can easily succeed. Each of us must confront our own fears, must come face to face with them. How we handle our fears will determine where we go with the rest of our lives, to experience adventure or to be limited by the fear of it. Feel insecure sometimes. I think one of the biggest reasons people, like myself, feel so horribly about their insecurities is that we falsely believe that insecurity is synonymous with weakness. But the thing is, it takes a lot of strength to be insecure and do things anyway. Case in point, Neville Longbottom. So when you're feeling insecure, don't add that to the misery by telling yourself you're weak, because you're really not. Emotional awareness. All emotions tell us something about ourselves and our situation, but sometimes we find it hard to accept what we feel. We might judge ourselves for feeling a certain way, like if we feel jealous. Avoiding negative feelings or pretending we don't feel the way we do can backfire. It's harder to move past difficult feelings and allow them to fade if we don't face them and try to understand why we feel that way. You don't have to dwell on your emotions or constantly talk about how you feel. Emotional awareness simply means recognizing, respecting, and accepting your feelings as they happen. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this video, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on post notifications to see more of our future videos. With that said, keep enjoying our videos and I'll see you in the next video.